Hi there, Gemini. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 11th of August. There's a little bit of a paradox running through this week because although the Sun continues along with Mercury to emphasize your abilities as a communicator, last week's full moon also linked in with Saturn, and Saturn is in a part of your scope which is very much to do with precision. So grand statements or being a little bit over optimistic in what you believe or try to promote about yourself or some kind of hobby or interest needs to be allied to being really on the ball, because if you're not, or you try to overgild the lily, someone could be suspicious of your motives. And that kind of energy flows into this week too. Also with Neptune angling up in rather an obtuse way to Jupiter. If you are wanting to make a big impression as far as your work is concerned, if you do come across in a very dramatic fashion, this needs to be backed up by being credible. So if you make some claims, they need to be claims that you can provide the evidence in support. So in terms of qualifications, past experiences, or any past things that you've achieved. If you're really falling back just on your imagination, someone rather influential could be a little bit unimpressed. So choosing your words carefully continues to be a theme this week. But the paradox and the irony, if you like, comes from the fact that Venus moves on Tuesday into a part of your horoscope which is going to help your communication. And by the end of this week, as long as you don't overdo it and you stay sincere, its link with Jupiter could see you having a fated conversation which could turn out to be extraordinarily fortunate for you. This could see you getting to know someone or just bonding more closely with someone who tends to think in a similar way to you, who has a very bright and breezy outlook on life, or has a similar outlook on an interest. But with your ruler Mercury moving on Friday into a more introspective part of your horoscope, do try to keep one foot very much on terra firma this week, because whatever communication you do is going to be a very thin line between expressing yourself in quite an amazing way that someone could be swept along with and feel that you're absolutely amazing, to someone else feeling that you're just kidding yourself, deceiving yourself almost in a major way. So it's finding that middle ground and being realistic in your thinking, your attitude, and also what you say. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.